Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television.
It's late December, and all the festive sights and sounds associated with the holiday season are in abundance, and that includes high school basketball tournaments. And that's why Access Sacramento has its cameras out here in Folsom this evening for the 7th annual Folsom-Vista Classic. Alongside Rick Stewart, I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard to Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, and we're anticipating some competitive ball games. This in the first of two. Stu?
Well, you know, we saw both these groups of teams last night, so we should have a really exciting game here tonight between Bradshaw Christian and Cosumnes Oaks.
Well, let's take a look at starting lineups, and we can begin with the visiting Bradshaw Christian Pride under second-year head coach Joe Bowers. And there you see their five. They've held that alignment for the last few ball games. And players to watch are going to be Hewlett and Brim. Now, for the host, Cosumnes Oaks. I should say, for the host, McClatchy Lions. Forgive me. There's their starting five. And second-year head coach Anton Greer is facing a bit of an uphill battle, having last night faced previously number one ranked Folsom High. We're up. There's the jump. We are underway, and we've got a trio of good officials, Barkley Amaral and Derek Hanganis, to keep things fair and square. And the bank shot drilled right away by Will Riley, 2-0 Lions.
Nice move down the lane, off the glass, soft touch for Riley.
McClatchy had the unenviable task of facing Folsom on opening night last night. And we saw quite a demonstration by the Bulldogs. But tell you, McClatchy looks fresh, like they've shaken off that major loss. And it was Bradshaw Christian that had to work on the same thing, having lost a 10-point late lead to get clipped by Cosumnes Oaks. A shot and a miss by Hewlett, out of bounds to the Lions.
And that was a quality game last night by McClatchy and Cosumnes Oaks. It went down to the last seconds of the game. I mean, you could have really had it either way.
Kano Lohman, number one on the point for the Lions, a scrappy guard. Deep corner Jay falls short. Taken there by Say Chow. Now transition here for the Pride.
Yeah, Say Chow had an open shot there for the three.
Deep J drained on the money. Josh Singh, and a little early seesaw. 3-2 BC now on the board.
Singh has done quite a bit of three-point shooting during the year. Nice press break there.
They have numbers, missed transition, offensive putback, missed at point-blank range by McCall.
Yeah, McCall had a nice soft touch for that one, but he just put it up a little bit short off the rim.
Coach Greer has shuffled his starting five. He's got just two of them out there from last night. Baby hook missed by the tough postman, Santana Brim, out of bounds to the Pride.
Well, it was good defense there by McCall and Will Riley, and they kind of fought over it afterwards after a loose ball.
Second-year head coach Joe Byers there along that Pride bench. Nice ball movement by BC. Right now on top, 3-2. Bram wiggles inside, misses the chippy. Tip in good.
Nice tip in by Hewlett.
Oh, yes.
Man, he's going to be a load for McClatchy to try and cover up tonight.
Last week we saw him throw in 31 out at the Running with the Pack tournament in Elk Grove. He's no joke. McCall, board buster, out of bounds to the Pride.
Yeah, Seichow tried to get that off the rebound, and he just barely got a hand on it.
So the Lions substitute early on. They're going to come in with Glenn Barrett, 35, replacing McCall. So they stay with good size in the post. We can see here that Barrett hasn't had their size advantage drop off with that substitution. So it's at the 5:49 mark. We're still early in the first, and very nice to have you with us tonight for the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Evidently a discrepancy which we saw quite a bit of the previous night. It was difficulty with the scoreboard and factoring in the shot clock primarily.
Yes.
That delayed the game several times. So on the left, head coach Mike Wall, and this is BC head coach Joe Bowers, as this is taking a wee bit more than a quick fix, but I think they're ready to go.
Well, it's nice to have Folsom head coach Mike Wall over there waiting for his game a little bit later and being able to jump in and help straighten things out.
Well, he's wearing a lot of caps for this tournament. He took care of our broadcast arrangements. Loose ball salvaged. Hewlett drives it, kicks it. Brim. A slip and a tie-up, but he regains possession. Nice effort. Open shot missed. Here's Brim. Size advantage, easy putback.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to stop too much of what Brim does as long as they have a mismatch in height. Now, there's only one player out there that really matches up height-wise with him. Riley's close, but that was just too much for him.
Well, they have size coming off the bench. Customary starters, Wilson Moore and Eli Graves, both 6'4". They started the last several games, but a new tactic tonight by Coach Greer.
Got a replay there. You see Will Riley coming in off the glass, a little too hard. Front rim rolled out. He's at the line.
He knocks down number one. He has all three McClatchy points. All four McClatchy points.
Nice touch. Nice touch from the foul line. That's what McClatchy's going to have to do. Take advantage of every single opportunity and make every single free throw.
Brim, baseline drive, nice move, got a foul. Fouled from behind by big Glenn Barrett.
Looked like Seichow they called for the foul.
That was a mistake because there's the reach.
Yep.
Actually 2 fouls and they called the second one.
Well, at least they got one of them.
That they did. Multiple choice. Brim a free throw. Last year as a junior, Brim averaged 20 points a ball game. He's slightly under that this season, but they're playing some tough competition. A D5 has been playing the majority of their games against 1s and 2s so far.
Well, there is the notion of stepping up and playing tougher teams, but sometimes when you have a small squad and you step up to play too many times like that, then you kind of get worn out and kind of get run down. You can do
1-2-2 full court zone. They break it. Jump shot. Yes, sweet money for Kamo Lohman.
Yeah, Kano Lohman is playing his first year of organized basketball, Coach Greer told us at McClatchy. So he's a baseball player coming out to help the school and be on the basketball team as well. And he's got some talent, definitely. Good defensive player.
Miscommunication there, and it's going to be a backcourt violation and a turnover. I don't know what they were thinking. Hewlett threw it out on top, but Patterson wasn't looking. Okay, turnover on Bradshaw. Second of the game for the Pride. Baseline inbound coming from Riley. Lohman shakes loose and fires from the corner. Down.
Lohman's got a good outside shot.
8-8 tie. Lohman now with 4, Riley with 4. Into the ball game, handling is 21. He's just a sophomore. They turn it over there, but you're going to see a lot of 21. Tobias. Nice D right there. 5-second tie-up. Okay.
Take a look at Lohman here on the inbound pass from Riley. Steps back, foot on the line, two-pointer, buried it.
That was face right there.
Nice touch.
Got a timeout on the floor. It follows the turnover. Both coaches are going to have to rely heavily on their key guys, impact players. And for the McClatchy Lions, head coach Anton Greer is going to lean on Lohman. You just saw him hit that corner J. Henderson, a customary starter. Graves, a customary starter. They'll factor in big. And as far as Smokin' Joe Bowers is concerned, his pride, Hewlett, you just saw earlier with a bucket. Tobias, 21, the sophomore, and Big Santana Brim, 6'4" senior.
Yeah, Tobias really impressed us last night coming off the bench and doing the job, and he's been doing that all year.
Lohman doubled, kicks out. Say Chow shares the backcourt with him. Lohman defended by Patterson. Tough matchup there. Little height advantage for Patterson. Now here's Riley driving on the freshman, and another corner J, opposite corner this time.
Well, Lohman's lit it up already early in the quarter for McClatchy, and that's a big thing for them.
That's a 7-0 run, courtesy of Lohman's 3 jumpers, one of them a 3. Patterson, a miss. Nice board by Hewlett, a miss, and a whistle on the rebound foul involving Brim and Barrett. Let's spin the replay dial.
Pass off from Riley. Out for the outside jumper, buried.
Rat-a-tat-tat from Kano Lohman. 3:03, flip side of quarter number 1 here at Folsom High School. This is the 7th annual Folsom-Vista Classic. Patterson hums a pass to the corner. Hewlett down. 3-ball corner pocket.
Hewlett's got a good shot, and he had just enough time to get it off. The defender was coming at him, but he got the shot up. Nice touch.
A game-tying 3-ball. We're locked up at 11 with 2:42 to go. First quarter. Break up on the run. Anticipated beautifully. Got it. Sweet driving layup by Kai Nichols.
Yeah, Nichols anticipated that side pass and just reached out and got it. Got a replay here. The whip pass all the way over to the other side.
Dontrell Hewlett. As we said, he's sizzled for 31 in a game we spotted last week. He's no joke.
And he's a sophomore.
13-11. Lohman. Pow! Deep range gunning. Kano Lohman, 2 2s and 2 3s. He's running with 10 of their 14.
Well, this is more points than they had in the first half last night against Folsom. So they're obviously stepped up and ready to play tonight.
Patterson just matches it. A triple for the freshman. That's right, he's a freshman. 16-14, little more seesaw here. Good scoring here in the first. Lohman, extended nice, but couldn't knock it down. Break up by Riley, salvage by the Pride. Michael McKinney, also a freshman. Number 14. Kick out to him, he's left open. Pow!
Got the shooters outside. Work the ball around. You get the open shot. Turnover.
Michael McKinney, one of 2 freshmen on the floor right now for Bradshaw Christian. The other, Patterson, number 1. They just hit back-to-back 3s to neutralize the Lohman flurry for McClatchy. Oh, brother. Okay. Offensive foul, a charge on Hewlett. I didn't see it, but my vision sometimes in question.
Never in question. After you've seen it all, how can you have your vision questioned?
Oh, what a nice thing to say. A minute 16 late first. A scoring flurry by these young Pride guards has put BC back on top. Here's a steal and a whistle.
Loma got caught for a foul. Got a look here at Michael McKinney with a jumper. Nothing but net.
2 freshmen on this squad, both lefties, and you saw each of them hit a 3 from opposite wings. That's what you call synchronicity, I believe. Okay, sitting down for CK Mac Chavez, number 13. So at the point, Say Chow 10 and Lohman 1. 2-3 zone shown by the Lions. Lean in jumper missed by McKinney. Rebound yanked by McCall. Push it hard, Lohman. Riley, hard working baseline drive, sweet off the glass, left side right hand.
Used the body to angle backwards towards the lane and got a nice shot off the glass.
19-16, BC on top, 35 seconds left here in the first. Patterson spins into a double. McKinney thinks about it. Skip pass, that's Hewlett giving to Patterson. Pull up Jay, short this time. McCall boards it. 20 seconds left here in the first, and Lohman has a belt-high walking dribble straight up the floor. He's played a whale of a first quarter.
Tremendous. Offensive foul.
How about that? You know, I better put on my my lenses for being farsighted or something. I didn't get that one either.
Scott got called for the foul on that one from McClatchy.
Scott. Great Scott, huh? All right. 4 seconds. Hewlett lines it up and fires. And that will end the first. And it was an exciting high-scoring first for these squads. And it finishes with a 19-16 Bradshaw Christian lead. We'll be back for more of the 7th annual Folsom-Vista Classic.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Nice low angle shot here at Folsom High School. Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week on hand to bring you part of the 7th annual Folsom-Vista Classic. This is our first of 2 this evening with Rick Stewart. I'm Will James. In this opener, Bradshaw Christian has bolted to a 3-point lead after 1 over McClatchy. And then coming up a little later in the nightcap, host Folsom taking on Cosumnes Oaks. On for his first action, Carson, 33, and a corner J is buried sweetly again by Singh.
Yeah, Singh is one of the better 3-point shooters that Bradshaw Christian has on their roster. He's not afraid to put it up.
He's got 2 of them so far, 2 for 2 from out there, opposite corners. Into the ball game from McClatchy. Couple of subs, including Scott, number 2, a runner down. Tough and heavy traffic there by Say Chow for his first bucket.
Nice touch on that little floater.
High post, Hewlett, kick out, line it up and fire. Back rim, no, not this time. However, the offensive board scooped and delivered by the sophomore Darren Tobias.
Beautiful positioning to get the ball. I mean, it came right to him. There was no one to block him out. Lohman,
his shooter's touch, but it didn't go. Up the floor, who's got the cherry picker? A run out, yes. Well, Nichols had one of those last night as well. He leaked out and didn't get covered. 26-18. BC separating itself a little now from the Lions. Spin move, in trouble, loose ball off the Lions, last touched by Seichow. Turnover, McClatchy. In that first quarter, the scoring was close, but the balance and distribution was different. Only 2 players have scored so far in that first quarter until Seichow had that runner. It was just Lohman and Riley. However, for Bradshaw, 6 players scored in that first quarter.
Well, that is the balance that Coach Bowers looks for in his team. And he's not looking for any one player to stand out. He's looking for the whole team effort.
A poor pass, nearly picked. Nice job by Singh to maintain possession. Nichols to McKinney. All right, Nichols back on top to reset. McKinney getting extended minutes. A poor pass there, broken up, but Tobias comes up with it. Now into trouble. Turnover, a run out, 2-1. Nichols back, a layup, got it. Well, you know, they were counting on Kobe Henderson, and this is the first game he hasn't started, but he sure made his presence known there.
Yeah, well, he tipped a couple passes, those cross-court passes that are so dangerous.
Oh boy, we talked about the sophomore Tobias in traffic there. He's got 4 all in this quarter thus far, 28-20. Henderson runner down. Kobe Henderson.
That was a pretty deep runner too. He let that one go from just inside the foul line.
Both teams trading baskets nicely. Tobias, pow! 3-ball derby.
He can rebound, he can drive to the baseline, flip it up, he can hit 3-pointers. This kid's going to be in the news.
He's already in our news.
Yeah.
We saw him over at Cosumnes Oaks a week ago. Lohman misses the runner, banked hard, rebound, pulled and yanked down. On the move. Here come the Pride in transition, led by Carson, 33. Oh, don't even wait for it. Tobias, one and done.
Well, when you're shooting well and that you just get in that streak, you know, you're not always looking for a heat check shot, but you're looking for a shot that's going to get a good percentage, and that's for him.
Foul on Tobias.
Take a look at Tobias here. The first one driving baseline, almost stepped out of bounds. Nice little touch off the rim. Get the ball back. Let's take a 3-pointer this time. Buries that one too.
That's what you call inside and outside, I think. And that baseline drive was impressive because he froze those 2 defenders, including McCall and Graves.
There's nothing they could do.
Lohman zigzag move on the defense, misses, put back down.
Good awareness. Good
Surely
awareness.
Surely was.
Knew the ball wasn't going to go in, knew approximately where it was going to come to, and just went to that spot. That's tremendous.
Deep J, sweet money. I'll tell you, Singh is singing quite a song tonight with 3 threes for 9.
Yeah, that's his space.
Kobe Henderson off the bench for 4 here in the quarter. Blocking foul against the Pride. Patterson.
Take a look at Singh when he comes up here. There's the shot, wide open. Chavez just didn't get there in time, and he could see it going in.
Lohman, trouble on the inbound. Who's open? Henderson.
That was close.
Anderson lines it up, misses long. On the run, bobbled away by Lohman. McClatchy's got it. Seichow blocked out of there. Brim ahead. Nichols 3-on-1. Layup down.
Nice by Nichols off the glass. Went straight at the defender, and the defender was moving too, so he didn't really have too much to do.
Who's got the leak out by Lohman? Nobody. He's red hot.
He got the pass about half court going up the sideline, and nobody stopped him.
36-26, Pride by 10. They had the 12-point lead until that layup. Turnover, however, and here comes Henderson. One-on-one, driving strong on Singh, a miss.
A little too hard.
Boarded by Tobias. 3:05, flip side of quarter number 2. Brim kicks to the corner, who's open, and Nichols miss.
McCall doing a good job on the defensive rebounding.
Deep J falls short. We saw him last night against Folsom. He played every minute, tough as nails. A little tired there.
Look at Lohman there, laying it up off the glass. Nice touch.
After his offensive rebounding his own miss. Nicely done. 2:45 to go, late second. Happy to have you with us tonight here. Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Hewlett, Patterson. Nice ball movement. That worked beautifully, and Nichols knew just what to do with it. He's got an inconspicuous 4 buckets for 8.
Wow. Well, you know, that's the way it should be. Nice touch, driving as the floater. Take a look at Kai Nichols here. Drive, stop and pull up, and a nice little floater.
That's touch, man. That is nice touch. So it'll be McClatchy ball, Lions to inbound near side, near midcourt. Shoved in by Scott. Henderson. Drive on McKinney. Now McCall. Back to Kobe Henderson at the 2:12. Riley. Fadeaway, Jay. Off target. Prider on the board.
Riley didn't have a good setup to take that shot. He was a little off balance when he went up.
Well, this has been a most entertaining first half because the scoring has been in abundance. Hewlett, back rim, no. Okay, on the run. Riley shove it ahead. Henderson a leak out. Down.
Nice touch, crossing under and putting it up with his right hand on the far side of the rim with a little bit of spin.
Lions back within 10, 38-28, minute and a half to go in the half. Singh, down.
Josh Singh, 4th three-pointer tonight.
41-28, Singh with a nice melody. McCall from Henderson, stop and go, runner, Out of bounds to Bradshaw.
Take a look at Singh here on the pass, straight away, go up with it. Why not? If you can do that, you probably got the green light from Coach Bowers.
I would think so. Casual dribble up the floor by the lefty freshman, McKinney. Wow. Singh a save, bounce it low to brim. He's been quiet, but hasn't had many touches. It's been mostly outside scoring for the Pride. Here's his baseline, Jay. A little bit hard, didn't get it. McCall on the run, 40 seconds to go in the half. Trailer, Lohman, Jay stumbles off, rebounding foul on, well, it was McCall and Nichols. Big mismatch there. And I guess Nichols might have handcuffed him a little. So it's going to place McCall at the foul line. Just a sophomore, getting lots of extended playing time tonight that he did not last evening. Back rim, no. Front end of 1-and-1, a miss. And the Pride have the rebound. Want to remind you, at the half, Rick Stewart will be chatting with the head coaches. So you don't want to walk away on that one. We'll see what coaches Greer and Bowers have to say about this first half of play that's rather exciting. 10 seconds, set the play. Dontrell Hewlett. Get a pick, drive on Lohman, swing it, corner jumper, Nichols. Fouled at 3-point range as the buzzer sounds. However, 1.4 on the clock. Should be 3 free throws upcoming for the Bradshaw Christian guard. Let's take a look. Oh boy. Yeah, it was I think there's another way to defend that play, but maybe we'll see it next time. Nichols at the stripe, and he's had an excellent scoring first half with 8. And trying to get into double figures here at the intermission. Number 2 on the way. Oh yeah, and he'll have number 3. That's going to stretch this lead a little more uncomfortably against the Lions. 3 for 3 for Nichols, who's in with 11. And this half has come to a close. Bradshaw Christian shooting a terrific percentage, particularly from three-point range. On top, 44-28, after McClatchy had stuck close to the Pride for the better part of that first half. I'd say probably for about 12 of the 16 minutes, and then a flurry of three balls is what opened up this gap. 4 of them by Josh Singh, 1 by Patterson, 1 by Hewlett, and 1 by Tobias, and 1 by McKinney. An avalanche of threes. Well, Rick Stewart is standing by with second-year Bradshaw Christian head coach Joe Bowers. Rick? Nice to have you with us here at Folsom High School. This is the second night of the 3-night tournament, and it's an unusual format in that it's played at 2 sites, and the JV games are integrated in front of the varsity games. So a little bit different than what we're accustomed to, but nevertheless, excellent to be here. And the accommodations are dynamite. Okay, Rick Stewart's ready for us. What you got, buddy?
Coach Bowers, 16-point lead at halftime. Could be better?
It could be better. We're pulling the trigger pretty fast on a lot of our skills. I mean, a lot of our shots. Singh's pretty hot, which he has the green light because he's our best shooter. But we're still young, making some interesting decisions at times.
Well, but 16-point lead, that's okay. You've been playing with Brim a little bit on the outside of the perimeter, a little bit more than what we might have saw last night down low. Is that a scheme?
Well, we're starting him out, and then he cuts in inside, and so, yeah, that's what we're looking at.
What are you going to have to do in the second half to keep the lead?
Well, we have to box out. That's the number one thing. One of our biggest Achilles heels is boxing out. Keep them off the boards and get help on defense.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Will, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. Joe Bowers, very happy to see his team come back so strong on a night following a fourth quarter collapse that saw Bradshaw Christian unable to hold 2 separate 10-point leads and eventually were overtaken by Casumnas Oaks. That's where we are at the half in game number 1. As you see there by the graphic, 44-28, hot shooting Bradshaw in charge. We'll be back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh, no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
estimated time 47 hours.
they will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
You can see the score there, 44-28. Bradshaw Christian in the lead over McClatchy. Coach Greer, first half wasn't exactly what you wanted to see.
No, we're still working on our chemistry at this point of the season, unfortunately. But right now I think we're in a place where if we start communicating, if we start talking on defense, we're playing with some younger players, and we're also dealing with some injuries. Unfortunately, about 3 or 4 injuries. But I think if we continue working, then we can pull right back into this game.
Now, Lohman had a tremendous first half, first quarter in particular. Now, what my understanding is this is his first year of organized basketball.
Lohman?
Yeah. No? Okay.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, that's glad you cleared that up for me. But I mean, he's a shooter. You got green light?
Shooter. Yes, he has a green light as long as he takes good shots, as long as he keeps everyone involved. He does have the green light. He's a great shooter.
What are you going to have to do in the second half to overcome the deficit and hold on to it for the win?
We're going to have to keep an eye on the shooter. Number 3, he's been testing us with that outside 3. So we're going to try to do a better job of finding him on the court.
Okay. Good luck in the second half, Coach. Appreciate it. All right. We're going to take a break. It's 44-28. Bradshaw in the lead. We'll be right back.
One in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Well, welcome back. We're at the rapidly concluding intermission here of game number 1 at the Folsom-Vista Classic. This is Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. With Rick Stewart, I'm Will James, and we had opening round action last night that positioned these teams to be where they are tonight. And you can see here an overtime thriller.
Bradshaw Christian had a lead, 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, and Cosumnes Oaks rallied, strong rally, good defense at that time, and overcame the lead for a 56-49 win in overtime.
It was not the case, however, in the nightcap.
Well, Folsom started out quick, 28-6 at the end of the first quarter, 51-9 at halftime, and basically after the first 3-4 minutes, you know, the game was more or less decided. I mean, McClatchy missed a bunch of shots. They had some turnovers, and Folsom took advantage of every single one of those things.
Now, these teams have not faced each other much, but there is a wee bit of history between them. Few and far between, however, it does go on the archival shelf. The last meeting between these two squads, and we're familiar with that event and that venue.
We are, and it was at St. Hope Elite Classic, and that was actually on December 26th of 2016 that Bradshaw Christian lost to McClatchy 65-52. The Lions had a really big first half, and you know, it allowed them to just basically cruise through the victory there. at the Hope Classic, St. Hope Elite Hoop Classic.
Yes, and that was an early win for first-year head coach Anton Greer at that point in time. And thank you very much, Ronicia Harris, our game director, for putting the big picture upon us. And you can see it's split 2 venues, the other venue being Vista del Lago, the other co-host of this tournament in their 7th year. And the way it shakes out here, Folsom and Cosumnes Oaks in the winner's bracket. River Valley, if we drop down a wee bit, in overtime, stopping Vista. And Vista has had some heartbreak losses, including a pair of overtimes, or is it 3?
Well, I believe that would be 3 this year.
Yes. So tough luck there, and Coach Tim Weir is going to have to keep the faith because he's got a good ball club.
Well, and he's appears to be a very easygoing coach. You can see those scores there for the first round we talked about. But, you know, Coach Weir is a very easygoing coach from the outside. Now, you know, at practice, I mean, I might not want to be making mistakes at practice for Coach Weir, but he seems like he's ready to go, and so's this.
The Lions are ready to go, and here's Smoke and Joe Lohman on the point working with Riley. Jump shot drained beautifully from mid-range. Say Chow has his 4th point.
Yeah, Alex Say Chow, nice little move into the lane. Just soft pull-up jumper.
Feed the post. Sing to Hewlett.
Hewlett's got a nice, soft, deadly jumper from anything inside 15 feet.
Very silky smooth. Nice timing, nice touch. Quick off his feet. Loose ball on the run. Turnover by the Lions and a foul to break up the transition.
Take a look at the replay here for Dontrell Hewlett. Sing giving him the ball. Nice soft inside, nice soft touch.
Major height advantage there over those smaller guards.
That's one area here that Bradshaw Christian really has an advantage over McClatchy, the height of the guards.
Nichols, who had a 11-point first half for a player not noted for that type of scoring. Fake the 3, swing it. Hewlett, jab step, pull up Jay. Not this time. On the run, Riley.
Well, it's a good grab by Riley and take it all the way.
Strong. He saw the opening daylight and couldn't drop it. Out of bounds to the Pride.
Well, it was a great try by Riley to get all the way down the court, but I think he got a little bit lost in the transition down near the basket and got kind of confused with some of the defenders that were jumping out at him.
Dontrell Hewlett, cross-court lob. Singh really being badgered, as we heard head coach Greer say they had to pay more attention to him. Patterson, nice soft touch on the runner.
A lot of baseline usage between both these two teams last night that we saw. Now, McClatchy didn't get away with too much of it, but Bradshaw Christian really did.
Lohman to the bucket and draws a hard foul just as he was taking the ball up. Singh picks up the foul.
Take a look at the foul call here. Lohman driving and the slap of skin.
Nice touch. Lohman now with his 15th point. That was quite a flurry he had in that first half.
Boy, he was smoking in the first half. First quarter particularly.
10 in the quarter. 2 out of 2. 16 for the game. 48-32. This was a tight game until early second. And then Singh dropped 3 of his 4 3-pointers, and they pulled away. Hewlett, tough luck, back rim, no. Riley boards it.
Yeah, there were several turnovers in that little run, too, that McClatchy made that helped out.
Lohman, teardrop. Well, 18 points for the scrappy guard from McClatchy, having a stellar ball game.
Well, and that'll get him more time, more minutes, more shots, more everything.
Nice recognition by Nichols. Oh, my goodness. Well, this long-range shooting by Singh has been more than impressive. I think he's 5 out of 6.
Yeah, I think he did miss one early.
Riley left open, just a bit short. On the run, rebound. Here comes Dontrell Hewlett. Give and go, layup good. Nice return pass.
Good shot by Patterson to give it back to him for the easier layup. When you're 2-on-1, somebody's going to have a real easy shot at it unless the defender is just like standing there right in the middle not doing anything.
So far, McClatchy unable to counteract those threes. And BC continuing to pull away. Offensive foul against the Lions.
Take a look at Lohman here. The drive. Left-handed little floater. Take a look at Singh here with another shot from deep. Hewlett to pass off. The fast break back to him from Patterson.
Turnover there. Nice recovery by Glenn Barrett, 35 of the Lions. Here comes Riley into the teeth of the defense and draws a foul. Singh was there. And he gets clipped for his second foul in about 45 seconds.
Well, and Singh has a tendency, I've noticed last night and tonight, that he has a tendency to reach in sometimes. Now, he's pretty quick-handed to where you get away with some of those, but a lot of times you're just going to get nailed with that foul every time.
Riley has shown excellent touch from the foul line, 3 out of 3 tonight, and that was his 7th point. Singh sits down, takes a rest for the Pride. 2 out of 2 again for Riley, 4 for 4 on the night, 53-36. Nearing midway third at the 4:25 mark. Tobias with a big mismatch against Chavez there. Deep J on the way, a long miss taken there by Carson. Here come the Lions. Send it ahead. Henderson back to Lohman. They play catch. Open J. Henderson. In and out. Tough luck. Rebounding. Nicely done there by Tobias.
The McClatchy long distance shooting last night didn't show up. Tonight it's definitely better. And they have a couple really bad rolls here. There's a turnover.
Caught for carrying the basketball, the sophomore, Tobias. I think Coach Joe Bowers can live with that turnover.
Yeah, I think you can live with it, you know, when you're at 17-point lead.
And when you got a sophomore that plays as well as he does. But right there, Kobe Henderson, nothing but net. He's got 8 off the bench, a customary starter.
Nice little flip shot coming across the lane there.
53-38, comfortable lead. Carson, nothing but net from the baseline. Their outside shooting has been sensational.
It's been tremendous.
Riley. Corner jumper on the way, a little strong there. Chavez on the run, rebound. Patterson, transition, 2-and-1, leak out, layup, good by Tobias.
That was just too easy for the Pride. Patterson with good eyes, knew his man was coming down there.
Corner jump shot missed by Riley. Tip-in try unsuccessful. Here's Michael McKinney showing some speed. Now steadies up. 58-38, largest lead. Carson, not this time from the opposite baseline. A whistle on the drive. How about that?
Yeah. And 1 for Henderson.
No, he's been
Here's
a
the
spark.
replay.
There's the bump. Nice angle, nice replay.
Nice touch off the glass.
Hewlett in, Patterson out for the Pride. Back on the floor, McCall for the Lions, 54, along with Scott, number 2. Henderson cannot complete the three-point play. Brim rebounds the miss. 58-40. McKinney, baseball pass to the corner. Hewlett sends it back to him. Fake the shot, drive and dish. Carson feed it low. Out of bounds for a turnover.
Carson thought McKinney was going to come underneath the basket, stop on that side of the lane, but he kept going out to the corner, and the ball just bounced in between. Hewlett couldn't get there in time.
2-minute mark, late third. Henderson sent it to the corner. A miss by Lohman. Hewlett boards it in front of Henderson. Push it, stretch it, and kick it out. Carson. Runner is down.
Their shooting percentage is very, very good tonight, Bradshaw Christian.
Whistle stops play.
Take a look at Carson here on a shot. Driving. And a little floater. Nice touch.
Substitutions, a pair for McClatchy, on for limited action after starting a number of ball games. Number 12, Elijah Graves. And back in, returning to the backcourt, number 10, Alex Seichow. McCall on Carson. Minute and a half left in the third. 20-point cushion for BC. Henderson down. Three ball.
Well, Henderson hit a couple shots here in the second half, trying to keep his team close.
60-43. Tobias looks to the posting. Hewlett, but sends it outside to Brim. Cross court. Carson fires. Brim over McCall. Fouled on the follow-up. He'll shoot two.
Kind of a late call there, but it was a foul. McCall got him on the arm going up.
Veteran 6'4" senior center.
Take a look at the foul. Got him on the arm.
So Brim cleans up a pair of free throws. He's got a modest 5-point total tonight, but it has been the guards who have exploded for the Bradshaw Christian Pride. Seichow runner left short. Nice position by Patterson to keep Barrett off the board. And here comes Nichols. And try to squeeze one here, but they're about 10-second differential. Nichols turns it over. Here's Henderson. Pull up and fire. Pow! 3-ball for the Lion.
Henderson looks like he's feeling it now after a couple of those shots there.
Oh, he's feeling it.
Yeah.
14 off the bench is what he's feeling. 12 seconds. Patterson standing and holding the rock. Now Hewlett defended by the Henderson. Deep shot. Carson. Pow!
Carson with another three-pointer and the quarter that way.
We've played three, and it's the Pride in a capital Pride dominating this one. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Lots of action tonight here at Folsom High, and Kobe Henderson's got a huge slice of it, and so does Carson. Bombs away. Kobe Henderson has 2 of the Lions' 4 threes, and Carson hot off the bench for Joe Bauer's ball club. Carson again, not this time, offside board yanked by Henderson. That's a good matchup out there with Henderson and Hewlett.
Yeah.
Very good matchup.
Both of them very quick players, long, lanky.
There's a blow by on Nichols, and Henderson is just eating that alive.
Well, and that's what he's got to do. He's got to start taking all of those shots right to the hole, passing off if he has to, but leave it to the basket.
Hewlett, kick out. Carson, another J, another miss. Brim is going to clean it up, and nice D there.
A little bit of good defense on him. Barrett.
Say chow, pow.
Coach Bowers wants a timeout.
He doesn't want any replay of what happened last night, but it's a different situation tonight.
Well,
however, the once 20-point lead has now been trimmed to 14.
Well, and that's what some good three-point shots will do. Coach Greer right there talking to his team. You got a replay here of Henderson driving, laying it in. Quick pass. Seichow for the three-pointer. Nice touch.
And the 5-point run pulls them within 65-51. Still here with better than 7 minutes to go in the fourth. So a good timeout for head coach Joe Bowers and the Pride. I think he had them re-rack their focus and clean up their game a little bit.
Well, and it's got to be noted also that Bradshaw Christians only has 8 players that are dressed tonight. Now they have another big player coming in after January. You know, high 6'8" player coming in that's a freshman, so they will be even younger.
Henderson blows through traffic and lays one home on an underhand flip.
Yeah, Henderson's got a quick first step, and once he makes that decision to move, he's gone.
65-53. Lions chipping away. Hewlett explodes to the bucket, and he's fouled. 22, Riley was there in back. Seichow in front. Seichow with the foul.
Yeah, Seichow got the foul, but it looked like it was maybe almost Barrett. Quick first step, Hewitt past Henderson. Yeah, Seichow was there too.
So this is Hewlett's first trip to the line this evening. Reliable from there, but has that one pop out.
Coach Greer there talking to McCall before he comes in, letting him know what he wants him to do down low.
Great balance with the Bradshaw scoring. 1 out of 2 for Hewlett. Usually Brim and Hewlett lead the way in the scoring department, but not the case tonight. Lohman misses the flip. Riley misses the tip. Scrap for the board. Last touch by McCall.
Well, and the other part that's real balanced for Bradshaw Christian is they have 11 threes tonight.
That they do. And they've received, got a timeout on the floor here, they've received 14 from Nichols and a dozen from Singh.
Well, those are players that they didn't get those numbers from them last night.
And Carson, kind of rather inconspicuously, 8 in the game, all here in the third quarter that just expired. So they've had, their bench production has been terrific, and their starting crew has been terrific. Well, Christmas will have passed, but the new year would lie dead ahead as we wind up at Rancho Cordova for their long-standing Christmas Classic. But after this one, our nightcap is going to have the hosts, Folsom, lining up against their crosstown rival in this Folsom-Vista Classic. Travel and a turnover.
Well, the ball was moving all over the place, and Brim got it down low, baseline out towards the edge of the three-point line, and had an idea what he wanted to do, but just the mind was going slower than the feet were.
The lead is 13. It had been 20. Seichow's been a spark, but loses the rock, and they're going to give it back to the Lions. Last touch by Tobias.
Well, that was a scramble going out of bounds. It almost looked like Seichow was getting ready to hit the floor for it. McCall,
Riley, Seichow, Henderson, and Lohman on the floor for the Lions. Henderson comes on strong. Arch back hook is a miss. Boarded. Riley put back, no. Foul on the Pride.
Nice move by Riley for the fake, and then to lean backwards, trying to take his shot to get away from the defenders that left their feet.
Okay, let's
take a look at it here. The rebound, up, and
Dontrell Hewlett with the foul, but Riley has his first miss from the foul line tonight after a 4 for 4.
Riley's played a good game tonight. Just a little under the cover. Good rebounder. Played good defense.
66-54. Still a ways to go. Better than 5.5. Turnover on the Pride. Juggled out of bounds. Singh unable to hold the lob. And I don't see that same intensity we saw out of Bradshaw Christian earlier.
No, and it's a big possession for McClatchy.
Lohman down. A deep deuce.
Well, that puts it back to a 10-point game.
Just about the time Coach Bowers should call a time. He does. Stop the run is his main point. But right there, head coach Anton Greer's got to be happy with his ball club. Never say die attitude. They scrap. And as he said in your interview, they're still finding themselves, and they've been hit with some injuries too.
Yeah, there's a chemistry that every team has to come through and join every single year, regardless of how much you have. Coach Bowers has a young team, and that's even more difficult sometimes with the growth that has to happen with young players, and not only players that are young, but players that are talented and young. You want to try and do too much sometimes. You can see Kobe Henderson there. He's had a really good game tonight for the Lions of McClatchy. Real good speed on the drive.
Well, a customary starter, as we said. Anton Greer shook things up. Had 3 starters not opening this ball game tonight, but Henderson probably had something to prove when he took the floor off the bench. Right now, 18 off the bench.
Well, that'll probably get him back in the starting lineup next game.
I would think so. I think whatever the motivation was, the point was proved. And here's the inbound, Patterson to Nichols. 5:18 to go, long way to go. McClatchy still in this thing, especially as hard as they're playing.
Well, and as well as they're shooting the outside shot.
Nichols to Brim. He's been a rather smallish factor in tonight's game.
Somewhat quiet.
Hewlett drive on Henderson and a foul against the Lions as Seichow came over to double. And he picks up the foul.
I think that's 4 on Seichow too.
That's what my arithmetic has.
Well, I'll take your arithmetic because I'm never sure about my math skills.
Brief timeout on the court. Clarification to McClatchy coach Greer.
That's
and he's going to substitute here. So
that's 5 for
his
Seichow.
scrappy guard is going to be exiled here on fouls. And on to replace him, Hector Chavez, 13. So a key player out for the remainder of this game for McClatchy. He played hard. Nichols to Singh, bounce it low. Posting is Patterson on Riley, a kick out, and here's a Singh 3-ball. Air ball short, raise the rim. I should say raise the net. Scramble on the floor. Hewlett's got it, tied up. Held ball tie-up. Possession arrow to McClatchy, and those Lions over there think they can still win this thing.
Good hustle there on that loose ball, and they had several Lions reaching in, trying to tie up the ball. Got it.
Screaming down the lane, Henderson. Wow, Hewlett called for the foul. Non-shooting.
Take a look here.
Just a reach and a grab. Lohman to inbound. It goes to Henderson. Same setup. Drive it strong. A layup. Good. He blew right past Patterson on that.
Yep, secondary defender didn't get over in time.
An impressive comeback by the Lions. Here's Brim up the court, working against McCall. Now Lohman defending Nichols. 4:05 to go. Midway fourth. We got a ball game. Hewlett, off balance, banks it home.
Well, that was a nice body control move by Hewlett. Tremendous. He was spinning, he was falling, and he threw it up off the glass in the right spot.
Lohman to the corner. Chavez drive it strong. Scores on a layup and draws a foul.
And one. Brings it to 10. They can cut it to 9 if he makes this. Take a look at the replay on the foul. Chavez going up. Got a lot of body contact, and he was off balance when he came down.
Well, when a defender swings the arm that conspicuously, it's probably going to be called a foul. Way too much waving. However, at the stripe, Hector Chavez trying to clean up a three-point play, and does.
Nice touch. McClatchy with a press.
68-61. What a comeback. The Lions were down 20. Patterson strong. Wow! Banked it home as Riley falls over him. They're putting on a show.
Take a look at it here coming down court. Pick up the ball. Got the body from the front and the back.
Well, Will Riley trying to get the block there. Could not. And Patterson, freshman guard, will be at the stripe for the Pride, working with a 5-point contribution so far.
Well, the game last night, Patterson was on the floor as much, body on the floor, as much as he was sneakers on the floor. He was diving, he was getting knocked over. I'm sure he's got some purple marks on his body this morning after that.
Deep corner jumper missed by Loma, and fight for the board. Nichols comes up with it.
Good position.
He traveled on that, no call. I saw it all the way from here. Hewlett, high posting Brim, drive on McCall, power plus, down.
Yeah, Brim's got just too much height and too much body moves to get past the big guys from McClatchy.
73-61. The Pride trying to put a bandage on the wound and halt this comeback. Henderson wriggles free and lays it home.
What a move. Faked the pass out to Lohman and then pulled it back in, went up off the glass. Tremendous touch.
Loose ball picked up near the midcourt stripe by Hewlett. Send it low. Brim wide open, cans it.
Yeah, nice quick ball movement there and touch.
Fade away, Jay Henderson, not this time. McKinney boards it.
Hewlett down low. Patterson hands off to Brim, has the ball taken away. Riley, the foul on Hewlett. Riley will go to the line. (75-63). Bradshaw Christian in the lead. 2:08 to go, fourth quarter. Riley's first one in. Penalty shot here. McKinney's out and Josh Singh back. Second one by Riley.
Okay. 2:08 to go. 75-65. Still a 10-point cushion for the Pride.
Tobias back in for Kai Nichols.
Trouble on the inbound. Finally, Tobias.
Got a foul on Chavez on the drive. A one-on-one for Singh. With a 10-point lead, 1:58 to go. Josh Singh. Front rim. On the one-and-one.
Less than 2 minutes. Here comes Lohman. Boy, he's played hard as always. He's doubled. tapped away and out of bounds. Quick hands by Hewlett, but the Lions will hold on to the rock. Well, as we always do, at the conclusion of our games, we name the players of the game from each squad, and I'm going to hold you in suspense on that. So many players have played so splendidly tonight. Henderson, Chavez, way off the mark. Look at Riley. They call it a clean block from behind by Patterson amid the protest of the Lion bench. Minute and a half to go. Still 75-65. Pride guard's going to work that clock all the way down. Henderson on the run out.
And a timeout. Bradshaw Christian.
We'll keep it right here.
Bradshaw Christian coach Joe Bauer imploring his team to be a little more aware on the defensive end because they just let Henderson go almost coast to coast. It's an 8-point lead, though, with 1:08. You can see Coach Bowers there getting input from his team, but also trying to dispense what he wants to do. Now McClatchy is just hanging tough in here, and this is a good game by McClatchy, as you heard Coach Greer at halftime talk about, trying to find their chemistry. They've done a good job tonight. They've had a couple good comebacks. You can see the McClatchy Lions right there. They came back from 20 down, and they were down by 8 again. They're down by 8 now. .108 left.
.75-67. Patterson carefully up the floor, working against Riley, and now here's Henderson out to badger Dontrell Hewlett, and he fouls him.
Hewlett will go to the line. 54.3 left. We wanted a penalty.
So Dontrell Hewlett at the stripe, misses short, no follow. Riley on the run. Here comes Henderson, tapped away from behind by Hewlett. Here's a run out. Oh my word. Sweet defense. Nice soft touch. Deep corner jumper missed by Henderson. Follow up Riley, yes. .77-69. What a tremendous, valiant effort by the Lions. Biting into that 20-point deficit. And it's just not quite enough. So the freshman, McKinney, misses the front end of 1-and-1. Rebound, Riley. Here's Henderson with 25 seconds to go. Riley. What an effort. 77-71, 72, I should say, on the three by Riley. Boy, what an offense by both teams we have seen tonight. Lohman with 20 as a miss at the foul line by Tobias. Timeout on the on the court, and we'll keep it right here. There you see the Pride bench area with Joe Bowers up in the middle of it.
Coach Bowers talking with his team there, trying to tell him there's just 15.6 to go with a 5-point lead. Hewlett will have one more throw from the foul line. It's a good-looking young team that Bradshaw Christian's put together. And again, Coach Bauer said that he's got a new kid coming in after January who's clearing his transfer paperwork. And I do believe it might be the young man that's on the far left that has the glasses on. Said he's another good-sized player, athletic, can shoot. Looking forward to it. Like what Bradshaw Christian needs is another outside shooter.
Well, I guess that's something you can't have too many of. But the balance in the scoring has been phenomenal for Bradshaw Christian and impressive by McClatchy. We'll give you that rundown in just a bit. Meantime, 2nd of 2, missed them both.
McClatchy's got to hurry.
10 seconds. Lohman, tough D, intercepted by Nichols, and this should put an end to it as he draws a reach-in foul from Henderson.
Yeah, that was a nice turnover there that Bradshaw Christian took advantage of. Going to get to the foul line again with Nichols shooting, and it was just a tough move that McClatchy didn't get the pass to a 3-point shooter. They would have had to foul after the inbound pass anyway.
Double bonus upcoming. That was the 10th team foul, and Nichols has tremendous touch from the foul line. Has added his 15th point. Sing a dozen. 15, make it 16 for Nichols. 10, 12 for Hewlett. And there's the final shot at the buzzer. This one is in the can, and it turns out to be an entertaining score fest. 79-72 as Bradshaw Christian builds up a 20-point lead and then holds off a furious comeback by the Lions.
Well, and that's what the Lions did, had to work against last night. They gave up the lead after a furious comeback. So, they tried, they played solid, good basketball down in the second half, and they just had a little bit too much to overcome.
Well, the truth is we could have picked about 4 players from each team as our players of the game in tonight's action because many of them distinguished themselves. But here's what we came up with. 2 from each squad for Bradshaw Christian. Kai Nichols, dynamite game, 16 points. And Josh Singh with those 4 early threes to really set the tone. And for McClatchy, Lohman, a tough 20, and Henderson off the bench for 24, impressively leading that comeback effort. But it shakes out to be a 79-72 win for Bradshaw Christian. Tough loss for the McClatchy Lions. Well, Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week television crew wish to extend their deep appreciation to the Folsom High School administration, particularly to Folsom head coach Mike Wall, for their cooperation and assistance with the broadcast arrangements for this special sports presentation. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week brought to you by Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For Rick Stewart, Game Director Ronisia Harris, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. We thank you for tuning in and encourage you to stick around for the nightcap of tonight's productions. So long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television.